welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of history's most whispered about legends. A story that exists in the shadows of the one we all know. We've all heard the tale of the Garden of Eden, of Adam and Eve, and the serpent's temptation. It's a story of innocence lost, of a fateful choice that changed everything. For centuries, Eve has been cast as the central figure in this drama of the fall. But what if she wasn't the first? What if the real story of the first woman isn't about temptation, but about defiance? Let's journey back, beyond the familiar narrative, to uncover a figure who has been deliberately written out of the mainstream story. Her name is Lilith. According to ancient texts and folklore, particularly from Mesopotamian and Jewish traditions, Lilith was not created from Adam's rib. She was sculpted from the same earth, at the same time, making her his equal in every way. The story goes that when a dispute arose between them, a conflict over power and equality, Lilith refused to be subservient. She refused to lie beneath him, both literally and figuratively. She saw herself as his equal, and when that equality was denied, she made a choice. Unlike Eve, who was persuaded by a serpent, Lilith's decision was her own. She uttered the ineffable name of God and, using its power, grew wings and flew away from the Garden of Eden, leaving paradise behind to preserve her own autonomy. She chose exile over subjugation. This wasn't a fall from grace. It was a flight for freedom. She didn't need a serpent to whisper in her ear. Her own spirit, her own sense of self-worth, was her guide. She walked away from a perfect world because it wasn't perfect for her. So where did she go? The legends say she made her home by the Red Sea, a wild and untamed place. In many stories, she's transformed into a demon, a night spirit, a stealer of children. This demonization is a classic pattern we see throughout history. When a woman refuses to conform, when she asserts her power and independence, she is often painted as monstrous, dangerous, or evil. Thing about it, a woman who chooses solitude over a flawed partnership, who values her own freedom above a gilded cage, becomes the villain of the story. It's a powerful way to control a narrative and discourage other women from following a similar path. By turning Lilith into a cautionary tale, the storyteller sent a clear message. Submission is divine, but rebellion is demonic. Now, let's contrast this with Eve. Eve's story is one of influence and consequence. She is approached, she is tempted, and she makes a choice that affects all of humanity. It's a crucial and powerful story, no doubt. But Lilith's story is about the choice before the choice. It's about personal integrity. It's about defining your own worth, even if it means walking a path alone. While Eve's story is about yielding to temptation, Lilith's is about refusing to yield to control. One is about the fall of humanity. The other is about the rise of an individual. In modern times, Lilith has been reclaimed as a powerful symbol. For many, she represents the wild, untamable feminine spirit, the part of us that refuses to be silenced or made small. She is an icon of female empowerment, of independence, and the courage to forge your own path, even if it means leaving paradise. She reminds us that sometimes, the most courageous act is to simply say no and walk away. She is the shadow of Eve, the story that was buried, the voice that refused to be quieted. She is not the first sinner, but perhaps the first free woman. Sir, the next time you hear the story of the garden, remember the woman who wasn't there because she chose not to be. The one who was tempted by a serpent because she was already guided by her own inner fire. The story of Eden is not just about a fall. It's also about a flight. Thank you so much for joining me on this exploration. What do you think about the legend of Lilith? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the hidden corners of history and myth, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.